It's coffee break.
What's happened this week? Things are slowing down now that all the big game announcements have happened.
Yeah, well, we're getting ready for Easter, and then we're gonna get ready for May, which is the beginning of the summer blockbuster movies.
Yeah.
And then I saw Microsoft announced a June conference.
Ooh.
So they'll be announcing games and showing off some stuff.
We, not on coffee break, just on our own, we're talking about them potentially going into the world of handheld consoles.
Yes.
I would be interested. I like my handhelds.
I don't know. See, that was just they knew they were looking into them, but we don't know if they're actively developing this.
Still, literally nothing else they could announce would interest me.
They should, at least with Bethesda, they should announce Elder Scrolls Obsidian?
Oblivion? Yeah. A remake of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm into it. Oblivion was huge. I think, most popular one, other than Skyrim, obviously.
No, Skyrim, then. Yeah. Oh, no, because there's Morrowind?
Yeah, but Morrowind...
And then all the OGs seem to get really upset about how Morrowind was the better one.
Morrowind was fun in its own way.
Have you played these games?
Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't play them. I watched my cousins play them on their computer because they had a computer that could actually do things.
Yeah.
To some small capacity.
Yeah, you just had that 1 megabyte for your email.
Yeah, you kid, but it was actually, we only had a certain amount of gigabytes we could use, which is smaller than a megabyte.
No.
Yeah, that was what we had.
Gigabytes are bigger than megabytes.
How many? It was we could only open Google. We could open Google in one website, Wikipedia. Yes. And it was oh, you've gone over your number, because that was how dial-up used to work back then. If you've gone over your number or whatever, then we charge you extra for the amount of usage.
I hate that. Don't cap how much internet I use. Mm-hmm. Especially in today's day and age where I'm using my phone all the time.
It also didn't help that my mother, it was so stupid of her. She was well, we barely use the internet, so I'll go with the smallest available option they have. It's Mother dear, we don't use the internet often because we have the smallest available option.
Yeah, that would suck. So, something that is not related to Coffee Break came up in the news, and it was that these puppies are alive. Yeah. And they have direwolf genes in them.
Yeah.
So they've been genetically modified to carry these genes. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are Jurassic Park, and it's hold on. Yeah. What are they doing here? What are they trying to prove?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe just trying to prove that they can make it happen?
Yeah, I never doubted that.
I don't know. They're not... People keep calling them direwolves. They're not technically direwolves.
Yeah, no, they just have the genes of a direwolf in them. What is the purpose of putting that back into it?
I don't know. I do not know.
How does that change? You can't release that.
We also don't even know, what's going... because they're just puppies right now. How big are they going to get?
Yeah, before... Maybe they have a birth defect, or you gotta put it down, because you just can't have that around. My question is, if that's the case, why did you create it, knowing that you have to get rid of it? I would never do that. Yeah. As that question as a creator, if you were God and you were to make humans, would you make them or not?
Yeah, you want to, on the topic of selective breeding and stuff, that goes horribly wrong. This is a fun fact I have for you. I learned this today. Killer bees was a genetically created species of bee. Yes. Because they wanted to breed together European honeybees and African honeybees to get the African bees speed, but the European bees is...
They were trying to make a better honeybee.
And then they accidentally made, super doomed death bees, and then accidentally released them, and now they are everywhere.
Yeah, so killer bees are known to, if you kill one, it emits a pheromone that the others can smell, and they will come and attack you for that. Yes. And they are also known... I've heard stories where even if you go in water and wait underneath, they will sometimes hang out above water knowing you have to come out. What?
Yeah, I say colossal failure on that end, making the worst bee possible.
Yeah, but we're supposed to be killing bees, right?
I don't know.
I thought they were about to go extinct.
I thought we were making the bee bots, and I was really jazzed about the idea of little bee robots going about.
Who's going to make the bee bots? Elon?
Yeah, right.
Okay. So, we watched a few trailers. There's some good stuff coming up, like Predator, Killer of Killers. Mm-hmm. This is a CGI animated film for Hulu and Disney+.
Is it a film or is it a series?
It's a film.
Okay.
And it seems to be several different stories throughout time with great warriors fighting different predators of their time to see if they're better than the predator.
Yes. I'm excited because I think, as we learned with Prey, which this is the same director making this one.
Yes.
Period pieces are a lot of fun with Predator. Because we've seen, like the big Arnold Schwarzenegger modern action hero guy versus a Predator.
Yep.
It's cool. This one seems to have like early World War I, I think that is. Like older
dogfights.
Kind of like Norse warrior type deal. Lots of Shogun, it seems.
Yeah, the samurai.
Very cool. Very exciting. And it looks like they're utilizing the animated medium to its fullest extent. No holds barred. Anything goes.
I just wish he fought a pirate.
He might. Maybe they'll make a sequel.
Maybe.
That would be cool.
This is an interesting step for the Predator franchise. Mm-hmm. Because it's growing now. It's growing, which is kind of cool. Mm-hmm. When Disney released Prey, they weren't too sure where it was going to go. They just wanted it to be good, to keep... Because they were looking at Fox, and Fox just never touched these franchises.
No.
They weren't touching Alien, and they weren't touching Predator.
Yep.
So they made Alien Romulus.
Yes.
Which is really good.
It is.
And then they made Prey, which is also equally as good.
Yeah. We can't quote it enough. The, from Smiling Friends, the CEO, that's my IP to sit on and do nothing with.
Yes, exactly.
And I think it's because they attempt things with other IPs, but they... do so, like for Fox, for example, they do Fan 4 Stick.
Yep.
And it ends up being a colossal failure, so they don't want to do the other IPs.
Yeah, so they just reboot the X-Men.
Yeah.
They really didn't have many good ideas at the end there.
And the thing is, like, you're just bad at making stories.
And he kind of reminds me of Warner Brothers.
Yep. Now, current day Warner Brothers.
Woof. Yes, I'm like, oof.
It's such a shame.
Anyways, Predator, Killer of Killers is the second Predator movie coming out this year, I believe.
Oh, really?
There's another one called Badlands.
Oh.
Which I believe is the director of Prey doing a sequel.
Been busy.
Yeah.
Been doing stuff.
Yeah, so he's got 2 Predator movies coming out.
That's exciting.
There is Tron Ares.
Yeah, there sure is.
So... I remember I just saw 15 years ago when Tron came out. Tron Legacy.
Yeah.
Right? So that's 2010. Mm-hmm. So I remember when that trailer came out, everyone was like, what is Tron?
Yeah.
Like, how can it have a legacy already?
It's like...
And then we all learned about the 1980s live-action movie called Tron, where a human kid gets stuck in a video game and he has to play through the game.
I'm not super sure.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
That might be it. There's not a single thing about Tron that has ever interested me. I don't like the look of it. Mm-hmm. I don't like the gist of the plot I get from it. I just have, zero interest in Tron, so I don't know anything about it.
Oh, I remember watching the movie going, I don't get it. He just races around on a bike.
Yeah.
And he's just trying to get out of the damn game. And there's some weird characters, but it wasn't memorable, and it's taken 15 years to come here. Why are we doing this?
It reminds me a lot of Horizon Zero Dawn, where it's not that popular, but it keeps being everywhere.
Yes.
They reference it constantly, and they're making these sequels. It's but who actually likes this much?
Yeah. Okay, so it looks like they've come to our world.
Yeah.
And they're trying to come after someone. Mm-hmm. And so the good guy digitizes a hero for us.
Yeah.
And he doesn't do anything else but to dramatically look up so you can see his face. Jared Leto.
Yeah.
30 Seconds to Mars frontman Jared Leto.
Morbius himself.
Morbius is back.
I think we've gone past the point where, again, because he did that one movie where he was really good. The one with...
Suicide Squad.
Oh, man, I had successfully flushed that one from my brain.
I can't.
No, it's the one with Rami Malek and I think it was Denzel Washington.
It was Poor Little Things?
Yeah, it was really good. It was a really good movie, and he did a very good job in his performance. So all this time I was like, I think he can be a good actor, but I think enough time has passed, and he's had enough horrible atrocities where I'm like, that must have been just a fluke. This bad acting from him is what I can expect from him. Sorry.
Oh, okay, so you're saying he's a bad actor.
I think he's a very bad actor.
Okay. I don't think he is a bad actor. I think he just takes things differently.
That's a word for it.
You look at how he played the Joker, and you could say all these horrible things about it, or you could just say, he just wanted to go in his own direction. He's just weird.
Yeah, he is. I don't think that
Do you remember that random footage of him, scaling the wall of a...
Like a building?
Yeah, of a building in Germany.
For no reason?
Yeah, and he, reached the top, didn't get up it, and then starts just scaling back down. And he's like, what is he doing?
I don't know. You can definitely, you can definitely say that about Jared Leto.
Yes,
he marches to the beat of his own drum.
Exactly.
Whether that's going to sound good and the rest of the band is up for debate, but we can't deny that.
I like the band's earlier stuff. So Tron, I'll give it a watch. I like my sci-fis, but I never watched the original, and I never cared about the second one. We'll see what this one is.
I guess.
And then at the end, they're like, music by 9 Inch Nails. And I was just like, 9 Inch Nails isn't even relevant.
No. You know what? Hand in hand.
Yeah,
9 Inch Nails and Tron.
Yeah. But it also makes sense, but it is weird. The two guys that make the music for 9 Inch Nails have been making movie and television soundtracks.
Okay, that's cool. That is a cool direction to go.
Sorry, I just forgot what every word was.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't understand what I'm trying. Anyways, so they've already been working within the industry, but they've been going by their actual names. Not 9 Inch Nails.
Is this an attempt to, bring some quote-unquote star power to it? Because people will recognize them more for being 9 Inch Nails rather than just their names, because I don't even know what their names are. I recognize 9 Inch Nails.
I can't remember his name right now.
It's a Jonathan? So
no,
it's going to be
it's not.
A normal name.
It's not a normal name. Fun fact, 9 Inch Nails, right? 9, the number 9. 30 Seconds to Mars. Who else are we going to bring in this movie?
Oh, you're right. That was a fun fact. Numbers exist.
No one cares about Tron. I'm sure people are going to watch it, but not as big as... I bet this movie's got to be $200 million.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be an embarrassing waste of money.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you.
And I don't remember reading anything about it being in production.
No. The first time I heard... middling rumors about it was today when the trailer dropped, or whatever day the trailer dropped.
It was a few days ago. But yeah.
Yeah.
When I saw the trailer, I was just like, what? Am I in a nightmare? Jared
Leto, what?
Okay, and then The Phoenician Scheme.
Yes, the new Wes Anderson movie.
This is going to be a more artsy film. And it's going to be just better than Tron Ares at any point.
100.
It's already funnier.
The trailer already got me.
Star-studded cast. It's starring Benicio del Toro.
Yes. What else has he done? I was going to look him up because I'm like, I know you. I know your face. I know your name. Can't think of a single film he's been in.
He's been in a lot.
That's the thing. I'm like, I know there's many answers.
The Collector from the MCU.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
That's an easy one.
wow, really? Him and Jeff Goldblum.
They're in things. Trust me, they're there. We just don't always identify them. Damn, that's gonna kill me. But no, he's been in a ton of stuff. He's a very accomplished actor.
Anyway, the trailer itself, I'm intrigued because I texted you when I first saw it.
Yeah.
And you were like, what's it look like? And I'm like, more action heavy, more dramatic, and especially hot off the heels of the last thing Wes Anderson did, which was much more slower and like think PC. I'm excited to do another thing that's more in line with like Grand Budapest, you know.
Yes, I was getting Grand Budapest vibes from it too, which I was like, awesome. This is just the orange version of Budapest.
It's so accurate.
Because Budapest was so blue.
It was. It really was.
Grand Budapest is my favorite movie from him. That doesn't mean the others are bad.
No.
Bottle Rockets, that was bad.
I liked Fantastic Mr. Fox is my favorite from Wes Anderson.
Kingdom of the Hidden Moon? Something like that.
Which one was that one?
That's the one where the Boy Scout and Girl Scout run off, and then the two troops are trying to figure out. Bruce Willis is in it.
I totally forgot about that one.
I like that one. That was a fun, whimsical one.
The last one, the one that he just did, I'm blanking on the name. Whether they're like stranded out there doing the thing with the space rock.
Asteroid City.
Yes, that one was good. I did enjoy that one.
I liked Asteroid City. There were some really fun moments with it, and the characters. Do you remember the kid? Where the dad was like, I swear if you do that, I'll kill you. And then the kid just did it anyway. And as we're showing like people talking, you can still see him chasing the kid in the background.
It's so funny. Oh my goodness.
Or like when he takes the gun, he just looks right down the barrel.
Like you can see him like dare himself to look down the barrel of the gun real quickly.
Yeah, no, I love Wes Anderson, and I'm excited for this one. The one that I thought wasn't that great was the French
Dispatch.
Yeah.
I also didn't love it very much. It was fine. It was neat, but not. It was fine.
Okay. I should, when that comes around, think about doing a review on one of his movies.
Yeah.
2025 BAFTA. It's the British Game Awards. Has named Astrobot at the Game of the Year.
Oh, did it really?
Yes.
I thought it named Balatro something.
Balatro was best newcomer or something like that.
Good for both of you guys. Good job. What a repeat from the last Game Awards where it's Balatro and Astrobot.
So Balatro, I've talked to people who actually have played it, and they're like, no, it's a really good game.
Isn't it on your phone? Yeah. Isn't it on iOS now?
Yeah, you can play it on your phone.
Okay.
Astrobot. How good is it?
I mean, it looks very tightly put together.
I've played Stellar Blade. I've played Silent Hill 2. I'm playing Wukong right now. These were all really good games.
Yeah. How good is Astrobot?
Yeah, like what's going on over there?
I think the biggest thing with Astrobot that people are most charmed with it is it's a very uncommon genre nowadays. You know, there's...
Because it's a platformer?
Yeah, Souls like Sun Wukong is dime a dozen. You know, you can find 1 million of them. But there's not many, like specific platformers like what Astrobot does. Unless they're, like, real indie stuff.
You think Astrobot will bring back more of these platformers?
You know, I would like to hope, but every single time one of these does get really popular, I'm like, and now the platformers will come back, and then they never do.
Well, I saw that Croc one, like, resurfaced again.
Oh yeah, they remastered Croc, which I'm intrigued. I've always been very charmed with the aesthetic of Croc. I never played it.
It looks like a game down your alley.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I'm just interested if I'm missing something with Astrobot, because it is a PlayStation exclusive also. Schedule 1. Do you know about this game?
You were telling me about it.
Yes. So I only know stories from people who've been playing it online with their friends. But basically, it's a simulator where you get a bunch of other people to help you build a drug empire.
Yeah.
And you have to worry about how you're going to move it and get it to the dealers and how to get that all back and get away from the cops.
I bet it's educational.
So apparently it doesn't teach you how to make the drugs. You're just selling the drugs. You're distributing them, right? Yeah. And I mean, I guess I think that's a cool idea for a game.
I can see it, you know. We have, like, empire building or, like, business building simulators.
Yeah.
This one was inevitable.
Yes. Now, it got, like, 40,000 Steam players playing on it.
Nice.
It's very popular. It's getting big. But now it's under scrutiny because apparently, allegedly, they've stolen from another IP.
Uh-oh.
Movie Games SA. S.A. This is the name of the company. They made 2 other simulator games called Drug Simulator 1 and 2. And they're like, this is very similar to ours.
Well, here's the thing. Do you know how many, like, grocery store simulators there are? Do you know how many, like, hands that you use to, like, do an activity, like make a sandwich or whatever simulators there are? Do you know how many goat simulators there are, and not just from the official goat simulator? Like, this is going to happen. There's going to be overlap.
Who's playing these simulators?
They've been around for years. Years and years and years.
I have no interest in playing one.
You know who's playing them? Goofy, like, YouTube Let's Players who want to do a one-off episode of something random and stupid where they can scream and yell, and it's funny that they scream and yell, and then that's the end of it, and then they don't play it again.
Should I do a video like that?
Like a Bread Simulator? Do you ever watch? Do you not know Bread Simulator?
What are you about to tell me?
You're a piece of bread, and you need to get toasted, and
yes, someone showed me this, and it just goes horribly wrong.
And it's like the controls are the whole selling point is the controls are just garbage.
Yeah.
So it's more frustrating to try to get things done
because you're trying to yeah.
It's just many, like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, many people have played these games just to rage. Because a lot of YouTube was rage-based back in the day.
I'd say it still is.
I think it's not as...
Those Game Grumps.
I'm controversial take. They're rather chill these days.
They're old.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see what happens with Drug Simulator. I'm amazed that the people who rate video games, you have to go through them before you can publish.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you have to.
I think so. Otherwise, you'll get like a not rated warning on it. And I think that kind of makes it like automatically labeled 18+. I think. I'm not so sure.
Also, I don't think Steam would accept it.
Yeah.
Right?
Right?
Anyways, I'm just surprised they allowed something like this to get made and published.
Yeah.
I'm not completely against the game. When you look at its animation, you could tell, oh, it's one guy. One guy did this whole thing.
Nice.
But
cool.
They look weird. Very unique looking characters.
Okay.
Now, last week we talked about the Nintendo Switch too.
Yes.
But I swear we did not talk about the price of the games.
I think we did, but because we can't come to an agreement, we can just talk about them again, because I have more things I would like to say about it anyway.
Okay. So Nintendo has said that these games will be $80.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that?
I think that's a ripoff. I don't think any game is worth $80.
Well, what if you got like a special collector's edition?
Well, I guess if you got a collector's edition, but these aren't collector's editions. They're just normal games.
Yes.
And I don't think, like, not even... And it's so annoying with Nintendo, too, because they never lower prices on anything anyways.
Yes.
So it's already...
Dude, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee are $54.
I know. And not only are those games, like, small and bad, but they're ancient by this point.
Yeah.
It's things that, like, launched on the Switch are still $60.
Dude, I've been waiting for Yoshi's Yarn Story to go down. And it won't.
At this rate, you're better yet. You're better off waiting for there to be like an online thing, like the GameCube thing that was announced for Switch 2, but for Switch games.
I will buy the Switch 8 to play the Switch 1.
No, and the thing I wanted to say, because I was thinking about it, I was thinking about how a couple of things. One, 3DS games used to be $30.
Yeah.
And I got sometimes infinitely more hours and playtime out of 3DS games than I did whatever the current console was. I think it was the Wii or something.
Yes.
And it's just because, like, oh, it's smaller, so it's cheaper. And it's like, but there's still quite a hefty amount of, like, we got Pokemon X and Y on the DS.
Yes.
And that was $30, and I think it was worth it. That's more than worth it. That's a great deal. And so then I look at these current games being like $80, and I'm like, but what? But it's not fair.
Well, they're open world.
Yeah, but I don't want them to be open world. Another thing I was thinking about that annoys me, specifically with physical copies, and Nintendo in particular, the Switch cartridges are tiny.
Yes, and they're very yummy.
And the box is like 100 times bigger than the cartridge, and you don't even get like a manual. If I got like a manual or a booklet or like anything to like not only fill the space of this giant waste of plastic, but to also make it feel like it's worth closer to the $60 to $90 range we're now talking about, might feel better, but I get nothing. I don't get interesting factoids. I don't get cool art. I don't get nothing. Boo.
You sound like you have a nostalgic problem here.
Do you not agree with me?
I don't care.
That or just...
So, because here's the thing. With the PlayStation, when I put in my game, or I just have a digital copy, if I need to see the manual, sometimes it's built into the game, that would be a good game, or I can just pull up a menu and then find it, and then I can just read it.
Yeah.
Right? It's always part of the game. It's just digital now.
But not Nintendo.
Stop wasting paper. Stop printing. Stop using ink. It's an archaic industry. Let it die out. Save the trees.
True.
Save the ink.
I think another reasonable conclusion to come to is to just make the Switch game boxes smaller. Oh, they'll look like 3DS boxes that way. That's fine. Who cares?
Yeah, that would be cool if they could figure out a way to use less plastic there.
'Cause it's so...
And, have them smaller. And then have, like, a cool way of how they can stack together.
Yeah. Or, like...
They gotta know that's what people are doing.
Have, like, multiple, like lock-in spots for the cartridge in one box. So you can, like, have multiple games in one box. That's just a travel case. I'm spitballing here, man. They don't even do those anymore.
Yeah, they do.
When?
Yeah, you can go pick up a travel box for your Switch, and I'm sure they have a Switch 2 one already.
I'm sure they do. That was my rant. I was thinking about it earlier today.
Not every game is going to be $80. The Nintendo exclusives are. And we're here for those.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Not all their games, I feel like, are worthy of that price. And how many of these are we willing to get? Okay, Mario Kart, Metroid, Donkey Kong, Pokemon.
Yeah, but like...
You're not going to do another Smash Bros, are you?
They don't tempt them, Frodo.
Well, you announced a Kirby game, so I'd assume you're a little busy right now.
You'd think.
But then how long is the Switch 2 going to be around? From what I understand, that was the last Smash Bros. For now.
That's what they say, but, anything can happen.
Dude, they could release a Switch 2 one for $80, and you get, like, 4 new characters.
Yeah. Now, the thing is, like, I'm specifically thinking about Pokemon, and I just think about how disgustingly ugly and poorly made Scarlet and Violet are. And I'm like, if you tried to sell me a game as unfinished as that for $80, I would be fuming. I would never buy from you again.
We've never played it on the big screen.
Do you want to see the glitching, spinning, shadows popping in and out for no good reason, T-posing?
It would be fun.
Maybe.
Just to see it on the big screen. We haven't done that.
Sure.
I played Arceus on the big screen, and that was kind of fun.
Oh, yes.
But that game's designed to be, like, explorative, right? Though, you're right. If I got Scarlet and Violet for $80, I would have been upset, too. The story is there.
It's there. It's a great story.
The gameplay is terrible.
Gameplay's ass.
The Pokemon battles are Pokemon battles. I mean, there's nothing to talk about.
And the camera's so far away. It's and the Pokemon barely move.
Yeah. The environment is too rocky.
It is. because they expect you to be on your dinosaur. Mm-hmm. And it's annoying, because if I'm on the dinosaur, then a million tiny Pokemon pop up, and then I end up wombo comboing into a never-ending cycle of entering a new random encounter.
True, yeah.
Hell.
Okay. Here's another question. The Pokemon Za and Metroid.
Yes.
Are going to be released for the Switch and Switch 2.
Yes. At this point, I'd go with the Switch.
Yeah. So what is going to stop me from buying the Switch 2 version for those games? Mm-hmm. Why don't I just get the Switch one? It's going to be the same game, right?
Right. It won't be in 4K.
That you're going to hide that behind a $10 paywall?
No, but we're going to hide our chat button. Don't you want a game chat with all your friends?
Dude, okay. So they showed off the GameCube controller. Uh-huh. And someone read the fine print, and it says that it's only compatible with GameCube games.
Okay. That's okay. Why?
I know, I was just like, wouldn't you have fun putting that into your PC and just playing some games like that?
Also, if I can customize the button layout however I want, surely you can do that with, I don't know, any game. Almost like it's, I don't know, a basic feature of most games these days.
True.
Whatever. They haven't announced any kind of alternative controller type deal for the Switch 2, other than the GameCube one. How are you going to do your mouse thing if your Joy-Cons aren't detachable?
Oh, okay, no. So they were putting it into that new dock.
Mm-hmm.
Not the dock, but it's for basically...
Yeah. You put the Joy-Cons in it, and it makes it kind of like a real controller.
Yes. And then I saw that it has a new, counterweight on the back of it.
Okay.
And it looks a little wider, so it feels more like a controller.
Good, because I hate that thing. It's so small.
Yeah.
My knuckles just slam into each other while I'm playing.
I know. I don't like how tiny that is. Mm-hmm. We should have got the Pro controller.
We should have, but we got that weird bootleg Zelda one.
Yeah, which looks like a GameCube controller. And it works on everything.
It's so weird. It works.
It does.
But it's such, obviously.
Oh, it's wired too, so you can only go so far with it.
But it's the longest, it's 100 feet long wire.
Here in the kitchen.
When I was playing, to capture footage, it's just wire looped around my leg, draped across me like a blanket.
Nice. Okay, Last of Us Season 2 premiere is this weekend.
Yep.
It has been greenlit for Season 3 already.
Mm-hmm. I'm nervous.
So there are many good things about it.
Yeah.
Let's find out what the public thinks. I know it's not the full story of 2.
I know. A very, very loud pause of thinking about all of it.
I don't know if I'm that excited about this.
I'm not either, because I already know I'm not going to like it as much as the first season, just because based off of the game and how the game story works out, it's not as tightly done.
Yep.
But also, I'm just I worry they got too big, and now executives are stepping in to fiddle around with stuff.
Yeah, and that's why they're it has to have another season. Mm-hmm. And we don't do just one game. We could have made that first game 2 seasons. Mm-hmm. 3 if we really wanted to. We could do this 3-act structure.
Think about all the money we could make.
And Warner Brothers is hemorrhaging, and they're making bad decisions. Like I said earlier, that reminds me of Fox.
Yep.
It's funny that they're thinking about that. We'll see. We're gonna watch it.
Yeah.
That'll be part of Coffee Break next week.
Mm-hmm.
And then Oscar Isaac will not be attending the Star Wars celebration. This was news when it was announced because nobody could understand why he was going.
Yeah, I don't blame him for not wanting to go.
He has said many unpositive things about his time in the galaxy far, far away.
I would be surprised if any of the new cast bothered coming back for this.
Oh, you'd get Daisy.
It was I guess, but she's not doing anything else. That's the thing. So many of them aren't doing anything else.
Because Star Wars was so bad, it hurt her career.
It just tanked so many of them. Oscar Isaac's lucky he's managed to
He had other things going on at that same time.
Yeah, he was already in X-Men Apocalypse,
yep.
I think.
He did a Most Violent Year, which made him known as a credible, better actor. And Yeah, I mean, he shows up in all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
And then you got Kylo Ren. What's his name?
Adam Driver. Right.
Yeah, Adam, who also does not love the franchise.
No, I think they've all kind of publicly been like, that was disappointing. That was a real shame, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's good for him. He's probably also busy, I bet.
So people think he's busy with Avengers Doomsday because he's Moon Knight.
Oh, I wouldn't have guessed Doomsday because he does a lot of stuff just in general.
That's why I put it in here. Uh-huh. And I was going to say, I don't believe it's for Doomsday. And it would be really dumb to put him in there because I don't even know why Cap's in there.
I don't know where Moon Knight could fit into it.
There's so many. You think they would have just said his name because no one liked Moon Knight except for the weird fans.
And it ended on a weird cliffhanger almost. I don't know, how do you snake Moon Knight into whatever the heck we're gonna do with Doomsday?
I think he was supposed to appear in Blade, but Blade got canceled, so it's all lost.
Ugh.
It is tarnished.
Talking about Marvel is such a headache.
It is. That's why I didn't want to put too much Marvel in here. I just wanted to say, I don't think he's doing Moon Knight.
Sorry, guys.
I don't think you're gonna see Moon Knight again, and if you do, it's going to be a crummy TV show.
Yeah, I appreciated it. It had some neat music and some cool cinematography, but I think that's the end of Moon Knight.
Okay, last week's question, which I probably should have done during the Switch stuff.
It's okay. Whoops.
Is, now that you've gotten a better look, are you still interested in buying a Switch 2? 87% said no.
67.
Sorry. Slightly down.
Yeah, I mean... Not only is the price kind of a lot, but also, I'll be honest, a lot of the, games it's being announced with aren't that exciting. They're cool. I want to see more.
Yeah, I don't think I need it day one, but, this Christmas.
Yeah.
I'd be like, that would be a nice thing to have.
I think I would honestly wait until they have, the light version. And I'd just get that version for myself, personally.
Okay.
I like the handheld stuff. And all I want is the GameCube stuff. And I don't just have my own games and play them by myself.
Wow, you're really fun.
Well, I'll watch you play games. There are games we could do on the big screen, like Mario and whatnot. But also I like having my own personal games that I can play on my lap while we watch other things and stuff.
Okay. Makes sense. How long are you willing to wait for that light version, though?
I don't know. I guess it's either wait until you get the money to afford the $80 games, or wait until you get the money where this new thing has been announced.
Yeah, these games better be worth it. Especially now that it has a little more firepower to it.
Yeah.
They better be really playing with those graphics, because I really don't care what you showed me about Zelda. And how it moves faster and everything.
Yeah.
And you slightly changed the coloring.
Well, the loading screen is a couple seconds faster.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, yippee.
Okay, so box office trolls.
Box office trolls. Didn't something new release this week?
Yeah, it's called Minecraft.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a masterpiece.
That was this week?
Yes.
It already feels ancient. That feels like an eternity ago when people first started talking about it.
Yeah.
I've heard only middling reviews at best, and most of them are not that good.
Well, what's up with people freaking out in the theaters?
It's this stupid meme culture thing where they go to the theater to film themselves fake freaking out over all the stupid lines of dialogue like, I am Steve, or whatever. And because it's not a good line, they go in pretending like they think it's a good line, and then they scream and yell and make a ruckus because you film yourself for 5 seconds and you go internet famous, hopefully, I guess.
Okay, that's
a lot
weird.
of theater culture has been completely ruined by assholes like this, I'm going to say, who just go to a movie to be disruptive because they want to film themselves because they think they're very funny.
Strange. I've seen nothing but how horrible this movie is. How it's not good. It's not funny. It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
And the way that the public has treated it, it's a success.
Yeah.
Which it's also a Warner Brothers movie.
I mean...
And so they're going to do something that we all really didn't want them to do.
Uh-huh.
They're going to make a sequel.
They're going to do more of things exactly like this.
Yes.
Low effort, ugly as sin.
Yep. Disney will eventually make a Fortnite movie.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh,
honestly.
they will. They will.
They have all the IPs. They could do something with it, I guess.
So, Minecraft made $162,000.
Is that $1 million? That's $1 million. Those are...
A few more zeros on top of that. Yeah, $162 million in the first week.
Yeah. I expect that number to plummet over the next few weeks, though.
What else is coming out?
I mean, Air, something I'd rather watch.
The next big thing coming out is Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Which is in May.
And it's not going to be as big as Minecraft movie. I can already guarantee it.
It's going to be big.
Every time I see a trailer, I'm just so disappointed.
Yeah, because you're not excited for it, but everyone else is.
I am excited for it.
They've got so many different actors in it. It's a little flavor for everyone.
I am excited for it.
It's going to work.
I'm disappointed how gray it is. I can't ever tell which character is which unless I'm squinting really hard, because everyone looks the same because they're all wearing the same jet black outfit.
Gotta look the same to be a team.
No, you don't. You definitely don't.
Number 2, A Working Man.
Sure.
$27 million. Number 3, The Chosen, Last Supper Part 2.
Oh.
$6.9 million.
Nice.
The Chosen. This one apparently is really good. It's a near perfect Rotten Tomatoes score.
Wow. I mean, but how many people are reviewing it?
Only the ones who care about the source material.
Exactly.
but I think that is phenomenal.
I'd be interested in watching it just for the artistry, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Number 4, Snow White.
Sure.
It has fallen 58.5%.
Oh, jeez.
It has lost 450 theaters across the nation.
Dang. It's going to hit streaming sooner rather than later, I bet.
Its total gross in 3 weeks is $77 million.
Okay.
No.
How much did it cost? Like $300 million.
Yeah, I saw it was like $300 million.
Oof.
Yeah, $77 million's not really good.
This is why they pulled the plug on the Tangled live action, which is such a shame because I was kind of into the idea of that one.
Oh, that was what I was supposed to put in here.
I've done it. I've saved the podcast.
Yes,
I remembered.
God. Another 20 minutes wasted on more Disney stuff. No, because of the failure here, I don't know why they're freaking out about Tangled, because it would work.
It would. Catherine Hahn, already.
Yeah.
Sold. And it's such a shame. It's like, yeah, I'll take Tangled. I don't want Moana, though.
Yeah, they're not going to stop Moana.
No. With Dwayne behind the wheels, he'll spearhead the whole thing no matter what.
I see what you said there.
What?
Spear.
Who?
They're fishermen. They use spears to get the fish.
Who?
They're Polynesian.
The people of Moana?
Why do you kill the joke?
I'm like, he has a fishing hook. It's not a spear. It's a hook.
I thought it was a club.
She doesn't even... No, she has an oar that she'll occasionally bop people with. But, no. He has a hook and she has an oar.
I was making a joke. It's over.
Sorry.
Stitch is still on its way.
Yeah. No, I'm nervous about that one.
We're still missing pieces of Stitch.
Yes, and not excited.
Sorry if you heard me slurp.
Gotta get that coffee. Yeah. That 9 at night coffee.
I won't stay up. Okay, number 5, The Woman in the Yard.
Uh-huh.
Number 6, Death of a Unicorn.
Oh.
Number 7, The Chosen, Last Supper. Okay. This would be part 1. Number 8, Hell of a Summer.
Was that some weird indie horror movie, I'm guessing?
I would assume so.
Yeah.
Number 9, The Friend.
Okay.
It has grown... I don't know what this film is, but it has grown 2,335.4% since last week. It is its second week in theater.
Good for you. That's incredible.
That's a crazy amount of growth. Either nobody saw it, because it's only at 1.7 million total gross, or...
It was only in one theater last week.
Actually, that's probably more accurate, because it's plus 1,235 theaters.
Well, good job making it to the top 10. Good job. friend.
Yeah, it only showed in 2 theaters. You're right.
Wow.
That's the difference. Okay. You know what? Not so welcome.
You cheated, I see.
It was probably a limited release.
Probably.
Number 10, Captain America, Brave New
That's going to hit streaming soon, right?
It's not going to hit streaming soon because Disney is being facetious.
Disney's being Disney.
Yep, and they were like, "Hey, you can buy it."
Yeah, I hate that trend. Oh my god, I hate that trend.
You can rent it for $20 on Amazon.
I think this would work better if they give me that option while it's in theaters and then hit streaming at the same time.
Some of them are starting to do that.
Do that. It's so convenient. No one wants to go to a theater. It's stupid.
Yeah, there's some problems with theaters.
Look at the Minecraft movie. What was I just saying?
Well, probably not watch little kid movies.
Yeah.
This movie was marketed towards children.
I don't even know little kids.
And actually, yes, they do.
Do they want to see this?
Yes. They don't know what they want.
I think they do. To some degree.
Let Warner Brothers tell them what they want.
I know every little kid wants exclusively Jack Black and Jason Momoa.
Duh, that was the dream combo. I need Aquaman and Claptrap.
There's a scene. I know there's a scene in the Minecraft movie where they're like flying somewhere and like Jason Momoa's character has the wings on and Jack Black is just like dangling off of his legs, and in order to like succeed and not like drop each other, they basically just 69 in midair. They grab each other's ankles, and I don't know what happens next or anything, but it's like, okay, sure, that was a decision.
That is really weird, but if I was a kid, I would think that's funny. And if I was a terrible parent that took me to a very not so intelligent film.
Yes.
And they would probably think that's really funny too.
You know, maybe.
Yeah, I'm just saying there's maybe a age gap? Age cap?
Yeah.
So the question of the week is, did you see the Minecraft movie and did you like it? If you didn't see it, I don't care. No, it's fine. You can tell me all the crazy stuff you want. Mm-hmm. Like how this should never have been a movie.
It really shouldn't. Like, from the get-go, everything about it just seemed bad. I feel bad for the people in it.
Yeah, and, you know, speaking of video game movies, last week I did... the Super Mario Brothers movie,
yes.
The 1993 one, mm-hmm. which I think is still good in the fact that they delivered a product.
They sure did.
And even though it's not accurate,
yeah,
right, you still can watch a solid movie.
There's elements that are charming.
Uh-huh.
So there's that.
And then this week was Silent Hill.
Yes.
I know last week I said Tombstone, but found out Tombstone is a Disney movie.
Yeah.
It's going to take me a little longer to get it up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not Blue Chew's fault.
What? Oh, I see what you're saying.
So Silent Hill, I really love that adaptation of it.
Mm-hmm. It's very different from what the games are.
No.
Well, the specific lore elements. I think is important to bring up because we'll get to talking about the DMC Netflix Devil May Cry thing.
Yeah.
And a big thing I'm seeing is people complaining that it's very different from the original version. I think this is a good example that it doesn't have to be as one-to-one, so long as it changes things for a purpose and delivers on the important themes of the story. It also helps with Silent Hill because each story is different, so maybe it's more forgiving with that kind of thing than something like, which is more lore-specific like DMC.
Yeah. With Silent Hill, monsters and character names were mm-hmm. changed. Some of the locations stayed the same.
Mm-hmm.
And the core story of Alessa
yes.
and the town stayed the same.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of glad they steered away from the story of the first game, kind of like that, because if you ever get the chance to play it, it's pretty hard to get it, but it's not that good of a story. And as for Silent Hill, I would say it's the weaker entry. Mm-hmm. And Silent Hill 2 is great. 3 is something else. Mm-hmm. 4 is weird.
It's definitely one of the things where like it built momentum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is something called Silent Hill 0.
Uh-huh.
And I played that on the PSP.
Was it good?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Nice.
And, it helps with 1, but it was built after 1.
Mm-hmm. Or like, we need to go back and fix that.
Yeah, exactly. So I really enjoyed Silent Hill. I know about the sequel. I've watched the sequel a few times, and it's horrible.
I couldn't get into it.
They butchered that thing.
Kit Harington's in it?
Yes.
Really young Kit Harington?
Yep, he still doesn't know anything. Doesn't even know how to act.
He did Jon Snow, and I don't think he's on anything since, by the way.
No, he's doing another show.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's like a business guy now.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, whatever. Devil May Cry. We got halfway through the first episode because that was boring.
It was so uniquely boring.
Yeah.
It's a lot of characters standing around jabber-jawing about things, but none of these characters are Dante or are talking to Dante. They eventually start to talk about Dante, like, kind of.
It takes a minute for him to show up.
He barely does anything.
Yeah.
Except for, like, runs around and shoots stuff and makes very meh quips, I'm going to say.
Yeah.
That's the biggest killer for me.
I played the games. I never beat a single one except for the remake, DMC. But I know enough of it to, like, follow with it. And I was just like, I don't remember the White Rabbit.
No. And I'm like, it was weird to start on that.
And the guy who made it, when I was reading about it, he was working on this for years.
Yeah.
And then only recently have they finally been able to produce it. And I'm like, things like that, where they're stuck in developmental hell, tend to come out iffy.
Yes. It just didn't seem like a lot of... Despite being in developmental hell, not a lot of good flow, which probably is like they had an idea and that they thought of a way how to, quote-unquote, upgrade that idea, but that things change, and then the pacing gets all weird. I think that's what we're seeing here. I was so hopeful, because I was seeing people complaining that it wasn't accurate to the games, but I was like, I haven't played any, so maybe I would be more forgiving of it. Because I'm not coming in with this bias. Maybe I might, it might not be accurate, but maybe I could find something. But no, it was just boring.
And Dante's face looked like poop.
It didn't look great.
No,
you were listing off other things this animation company has worked on. All of them. Much better than this.
Yeah, it's a shame. Well, if you like it, you like it, and that's fine. Enjoy it, but I doubt you'll get a sequel.
I'd rather just watch Castlevania again.
Well, we've been watching Castlevania again.
Yeah, because some people were comparing them.
Yeah, dude, if it was made by the people of Castlevania, it would have been way better.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Just the animation alone would have looked cooler.
Yes, unless it's like Blood of Zeus.
Yeah. Ugh. Season 2.
Oof.
Okay, Dragon Ball Super. Mm-hmm. We watched the rest of the tournament arc, so we got introduced to Kaba.
Uh-huh. Hit. Yep.
And we resolved the wish of the Super Dragon Balls.
Yeah, which was amazing. I was like, I know this dragon's gonna be big. I didn't expect them to be that cool looking and that all encompassing. It was phenomenal. As a dragon fan, 10 out of 10 dragon right there.
Yeah, you liked him?
That was cool. Awesome.
Peas and carrots.
Peas and carrots.
So Kaba is a Saiyan from the 6th universe who doesn't know how to go Super Saiyan, and he's not big.
No.
And when he got to fight Vegeta was showing off to him his power of Super Saiyan. And Kaba was like, teach me. Beats him up a little bit until he can finally go Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
And then...
It was very cute.
It was a little tough love from Vegeta. It didn't have to end that way with him just punching him right in the gut, Super Saiyan Blue.
And so his style, though.
Why did we have to shorten it? Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan is a lot to say, but it is a title.
I know. I agree.
And Super Saiyan Blue is just weak and lazy.
It is. It's just like, well, you just wanted more space to write.
Yeah, true. I wonder if they're called Super Saiyan Blue in the manga.
Probably.
Wouldn't make sense, would it? Is the manga aware that it's in color, but we can't perceive it that way? So yeah, it was fun to see another Saiyan, and that Goku seemed to be fine with everything, but he got to have this connection with Vegeta.
Yes.
And that was cool, you know? And then Goku got to fight Hit.
Hit was awesome. I thought Hit was going to be super lame, and I thought he was going to be like another boring kind of villain. Yeah. Ham it up. Very much what Frost was.
Yep.
I thought Hit was awesome. Hit was super cool.
Yes.
And I loved how Goku beat him. That was insane. Like, if you grabbed, like, 7-year-old me and told me that Goku would save the day by going Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, Kaioken times 10, yes. Kamehameha, my mind would be blown.
But Goku didn't beat him.
No, he didn't.
No, but Goku tried. And it's just crazy, that power-up, the Kaioken times 10 on top of it, and that was Aura's, like, reddish-purple. Yeah. With the blue going off.
It was amazing.
Yeah, and then the fact that Hit can just, glitch through time. Yeah. And he was, like, pushing himself to go, like, a few seconds further.
He was getting stronger mid-fight. And he doesn't have power-ups. He just needs to push himself to do so. Yeah. A great arc. Yeah. We got so many cool, cool fan service things. Like, I loved seeing Vegeta use Final Flash and Gallic Gun. He rarely actually uses his signature moves. Yeah. The Kaioken times 10 was amazing. We got to see Zeno, the god of the universe.
Oh, yeah.
I knew about him, totally forgot. And then I saw him, I was like, oh yeah, that guy.
I don't remember him in Z, because I don't think he's in there.
No, he was introduced here.
But of course, everyone's cowering in front of him, except for Goku, who comes up to shake his hand.
Of course.
And it's just like, Goku's fearless. And stupid.
Yes. That's what we love about him.
Yes. I do adore him. So, the wish that Beerus made.
It's so cute. Because I theorized he might do something like this, and I was like, no. Beerus is too much of an a-hole. He wouldn't.
Well, for me, my theory was, because he's a destroyer, and they don't want it in Champa's, for him to have any wish, that Beerus would wish to destroy them. Yeah. But he doesn't. He wishes for Champa's Earth to, what?
Like, be back and rehabited. Like, basically pick up where it would have been left off if it hadn't have been destroyed all those decades ago. Millennia ago.
Yeah. Which now can produce yummy food.
Yes.
That was the whole point.
So cute. Very sweet. Okay, I got a question. So, the Dragon Balls, after you make a wish, you can't make another wish until a year has passed. Is that the same for the Super?
I don't know.
100 years need to pass, and then...
How are you gonna find them and collect them?
We're talking about gods. How did Champa find them? He just kind of ran around blowing up crap until he found these things.
Because, well... No, he must have taken time.
Yeah, it took him a while.
Yeah.
What else is he gonna do all day?
Yeah, destroy things.
He was. 2 birds, 1 stone. Destroy stuff, find Dragon Ball.
Okay, well, that was coffee break. What do you got this week?
I finally finished the Hell of a Boss daily reviews.
Nice.
You can watch all of them. Watch the evolution of my thoughts and opinions on the show as we go through it. And now I'm getting stuff ready for next week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got Tombstone coming up. I believe I have a cryptid video coming up.
Ooh.
Yep. And Wukong and Doki. This is it for Doki.
Yes.
I can't believe that last part took that long.
Most people...
It's my longest one.
Most people skip what happens.
I didn't want to miss anything.
I understand.
I didn't want to miss anything. I've done that before. I feel like it ruins the playthrough. You know.
Understand. I do think it is a flaw of the game design that they don't make it more clear that that's what you're supposed to do.
During those weird moments?
Well, during that moment in particular, it expects you to skip through it. But they don't make it... Not only do they not, like, highlight the skip button very well, but they don't make it clear that skipping won't skip all the way through to the end of the whole cutscene. It'll just skip through her on the floor like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we got the full uncut footage.
Yeah.
Raw.
Like, bigger, longer, uncut.
Yeah.
That South Park movie.
Yeah, exactly. But this time with a girl in the classroom.
Yeah.
Also, Wukong, unless I already said that.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, yeah, it's going to be Tombstone. Tombstone might not hit Tuesday, but it will come out at some point next week.
Yippee! I'm excited.
Okay. Well, hope you guys have a good week. Enjoy your spring.
Yeah. Be safe. Bye.
Bye.